See the game more clearly with high-definition spectacle lenses from Norville Opticians.
David, fair to say that I think you would have expected to have got to this point in the competition with a home draw. So are you expecting effectively the hard work to start now with the field down to 8?
At the start of the year, as you know, one of our goals was to be the first team to retain the Challenge Cup. But European competition is always tough. Probably made it a little bit tougher this year just by the nature of the season and the consecutive games in the Premiership. So it's been a tough year so far. But now this is a huge challenge for us. Knockout rugby, you get one chance. And we know how important this game is in the context of the season.
Optimistic Gloucester fans would say you ought to win. I guess overconfidence probably isn't in the equation anywhere, is it though?
Any team coming off the back of 4 games, overconfidence, I don't think is an adjective that you would necessarily use. Look, we know we haven't got the results that we wanted over the course of the last few weeks, but the positive for us is in terms of our performance. Setting aside Worcester, each week we've got better and better, and again last week Leicester, while hugely disappointing not to win the game, there were some positive aspects in terms of how we played, and we just got to take those positives into this weekend. And we understand how desperate Dragons will be to win the game. We understand that they've been here before as well. This time last year they got to the semi-final of the competition, so they'll be tough cup opponents. But our focus has been very much on ourselves. We've got to prepare well. We've got to make sure that we're ready to go on Saturday at lunchtime, and so far so good.
James Hook spoke about the intent and what you want to do. Is almost that message of intent as important as anything?
Our intent is purely and simply to win rugby matches. That's what we're here to do. Last weekend, our intent and ambition was was there in terms of how we wanted to play. The game loosened up, and we definitely brought that with the ball in hand, but we still didn't win the game. So this weekend, what we've got to make sure is we give ourselves the best chance to win the game. We're going in with a clear game plan. We're going in with a clear idea of what we think we will need to do to beat the Dragons. But I guess ultimately rugby is a simple game. Get your set piece right, get your defence right, and take the opportunities when they come along.
I don't know whether Falatau is a player that you can make an individual plan for, but is he the guy who makes most things tick for the Dragons?
He's a world-class player. Dragons will certainly miss him when he leaves next year, and I'm sure he'll want to go out on a higher note as possible. But you know, they've other players, they've other quality match winners. Tyler Morgan, Haller, Amos, both very, very good players, very dangerous ball in hand. So obviously we have a plan which hopefully will be implemented this weekend, which will allow us to win the game and negate the threats that the Dragons have across the pitch.
You said about them getting to the semi-final last year. The Connaught quarter-final here, as John First said, was an arm wrestle, wasn't it?
You know how competitive every team we play against. Teams that reach the quarter-finals have earned the right to be there. That they're going to be very, very competitive. They're probably similar to ourselves in many ways. They've had a disappointing league campaign, and this gives them a chance to keep the season going a little bit longer. So look, I understand I've played against the Dragons many times as a player, and with Ulster over the years, I know the qualities, the combative qualities that they're going to bring to the game, and we'll have to play well. But it's a game we're all looking forward to. It's been nice to come into just a different week with Europe rather than the Premiership, and I think certainly there's been a sense of anticipation around the group, around the players for this weekend. And
is it a different challenge because you haven't played them for 3 or 4 years in European competition?
I don't think it's, you certainly don't prepare anyway. That's the beauty of European competition. You play against a lot of teams that you don't get the opportunity to see or play against on a regular basis. But as I said, any team that gets to the quarter final of knockout competition is a good team, and we'll have to play well.